Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Let's see what happens in May. One thing that will happen in May is I will get my Crop 4 armor. And when that happens, I'm gonna design something new. Either a battleship or a battlecruiser. Not quite decided yet. But first, we have a couple of battles. We have more enemies lurking for a chance to enter the war against us, as it seems the press in their countries is 100% against us. Like, who could be against me? -7 relations with the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which does not longer... they don't exist. They broke apart. Alright. Prince of Wales. Upgraded ones. New Zealand. Upgraded ones. And a couple of Calliopes. Versus... yeah. This is gonna be a slaughter. I mean, I don't know why the French wanted a war against me. They haven't even rebuilt their navy after the previous war. So, you know, that's on them. Three battleships, 3 battle cruisers, and 2 lights in a messed up formation. Okay, yeah, Southampton, just do that. You're fast enough. I can't stop you. 26 knots, 26 knots. Works. So yeah, the French have the radio positioning finder. I don't. That's something I will have to look into after these mandatory meeting battles that I just can't delay or skip. What do we have here? DDs? Cruisers. Well, that was a DD, I think. Weather is very good. Probably part of why I spotted them so early. This one's dead. It's probably a DD. That one's dead. Bring you guys around. We're gonna hunt down DDs. Yeah, I said it would be a slaughter. And I was right. So yeah, it's a +5. Focus fire. That's it. Quick battle. Yeah. Yeah. And we should have one more. There we go. Well, that's still... those are my victorious battleships. Quite old ones, although upgraded in 1915. And my upgraded Indomitables. And a bunch of cruisers and DDs. Nice. And the French thought this was a good idea. Never interrupt the enemy when they're making a mistake. It would be rude. These are my 4 battleships. 2 of my battle cruisers already suffered some damage. That's fine. 3 more battle cruisers. 2 heavy cruisers. 3 heavy cruisers. All neatly lined up. You guys are not so neatly lined up. Actually, I just want to notch all of you down to 26 knots. So you don't just outspeed the rest of the formation. You guys are going at full tilt. You're gonna find me the enemy. You guys can just retreat. Smoke is spotted to the west. That's dead ahead. Weather is very good, +10. It was one of my heavy cruisers that spotted the enemy first. And as soon as they did, a barrage of shells were in the air. But these guys are pretty much all veterans, so that is to be expected. So far, very good performance. My DDs are baiting the torpedoes. You guys are getting a little too close. Can actually speed up. And yeah, this is working very well. You wouldn't think my ships were designed on a budget, but they actually were. But my big advantage being that I am in fact a human. And I have somewhat better priorities on what to actually spend my money on than the AI. Where are my DDs at? Come back. We're gonna spot things. If not, then my heavy cruise... Oh, there's nothing more to spot. Never mind. Like, yeah, good damage numbers. But obviously the battle was over quite quickly, so 27,000, not bad. Not bad for an old boat. I think even my Bulwark class battleships from what, 1903 or something would have been effective here. Okay. I agree to your peace, France. And one more battle here. Can I withdraw? Galatea class heavy cruiser. This is a new one? I think. I've never seen these before. Success, okay. Important convoy raid. Indus class. "23 knots, 21 knots, 33 knots. We can try and fight it out. Try and avoid the enemy cruisers. Sink the DD, find the transports. And then go to design a ship. Weather -10. Kind of bad, but not completely terrible. That seems to be more or less the average weather in this game. Like -10 or so. It's not that often I see like weather effects that are in the green. Like when all is counted for. Maybe I should have played the last battle and seen what those 20 million Italian heavy cruisers were like. If I can just sink this DD. Well, it's already slowed down, so it will not be able to catch me. The fleet came from over here, so that's probably where the transports are. Yeah, no way she's doing more than 33 knots now. No, especially not now. She's dead. She's dead, Jim. Okay, this heavy cruiser. Doesn't really say what kind of tower she has. I think. No. But it's like a fairly pointed design. Would have been good like 15 years ago. Okay, transports. We have targets now. I gotta say, my plan worked. Veterans. Seasoned. Yeah, my Indus class light cruisers have been gaining some experience doing this. Avoiding the escorts and then just going after the transports. Not bad. 7.7 million. Like, granted, they're not great in a stand-up fight with enemy warships, but they are very good at doing exactly what they were designed to do, which is avoiding the escorts, taking the transports. %, achieved. Nice. Excellent. And to think I scrapped 5 of them. I'd built 10. I scrapped 5 because I built my new Calliope class light cruisers, which are better in every way. But like these are, yeah. And that I just keep them in, like in dock here in Tunis. Can't really get better than that. What do the French have left? 17 fleet ships. Building 49. Italians have 38, building 30. Alright. You are researched. Superior armor quality? Okay, this is new. This was not in the game previously, because the armor thing just stopped at Group 4. But now I guess you can keep increasing it gradually. Like, this is a step up from Group 3 to Group 4. You go from minus 35% armor weight and 300% armor cost and 110% armor strength to minus 40% armor weight plus 400% armor cost, but the armor cost is like by weight, and 120% armor strength. And with these you get plus 3% armor cost plus 1% armor strength with everyone, I think. Let's get that radio direction finder. But first, we're gonna design a ship. We're gonna design a better ship. Something that can pen enemy battleships at range and maybe even at an angle. So I'm gonna go for the 15-inch guns and then just have them refit with the Mark IIs as soon as they come out. And yeah, it's gonna either be a battleship or a battle cruiser. I did lose one of my Vanguard class battleships, so that's probably where we need something to be replaced. It's a Dreadnought 6 hull. It's a battlecruiser. Battlecruiser 6 hull. There we go. Let's go with the Dreadnought first. See what we can get. Battlecruiser 6 actually has more standard displacement. The baseline armor is thinner. Much thinner. Let's go with the Dreadnought. Yeah, let's do that. And if I can't make that work, I'm gonna go with a battlecruiser hull and just call it a Dreadnought, a battleship. And as usual, for those who have not been following along, what I do, I'm kind of semi-role playing as Colin from Advance Wars. His shtick is that he gets 20% cheaper units, but they are obviously of worse quality. So I designed ships that are 20% cheaper. And to find a baseline cost to calculate those 20%, I have the AI roll up 5 designs, I average out the cost and subtract 20%. So this one is 48 million. It's not great. Next one, hopefully, will be a higher roll. With my Vanguard class battleships, the lowest roll was 46, highest was 68. I should be able to roll for around 70, given that I've gotten some new technologies since then. And supposedly the shipbuilding process had been sped up in a recent patch, but I don't know, I'm not seeing it. 82 million. Nice. See, what has the AI designed for 82 million? Crop 4 armor. Decent armor, blah blah blah. I'm just interested in seeing what the AI tries to do. 14% barrel length increase. I mean, this is not okay. It is quite a terrible design. What you could do is just move things back, and then it would be a good design. If I can get a few more like 80 million plus rolls, then that would be very fine and dandy. Because that will give me a pretty good budget. 60. Not terrible. With that 48 roll, that... yeah. Come on, give me 80 million. And yeah, it's taking a while. See there in the background, that seems like a pretty decent design. And then they just stick too many secondaries all over. 58. And the last one. When I designed the Vanguard, I got one roll of 46 million, but that was the only one below 60. I'm looking at the numbers I scribbled on this same piece of paper. 85. If I'd gotten 5 rolls of 85, that would have been a heck of a ship. But I didn't. Let's see if we can make it work. What does the AI think is worth 85 million? Standard bulkheads. Crop 4 armor. Torpedoes. Okay. Standard length, 15-inch guns. Fine. But of course that's not the design I'm going with. I was just curious. 48 plus 82 plus 60 plus 58 plus 85. Okay. Divide by 5. Okay, that's 66.6. And if we multiply that by 0.8, we get 53.28. Let's just call it 53.3. So 53.3 million. That is my budget. Let's just delete that and start from the bottom. Okay. Speed. She has to go at least 26 knots. That is the standard speed of my battleships these days. Let's now add the towers. It's nice and compact. That's by far the cheapest one. Can I, like, flip it around somehow? No. Okay, let's go with this one, actually. Because at least it can fit a secondary gun. Enough of them. Now, main guns. Can I go with triples? Without breaking the bank? Already running into space issues, and I haven't even reduced the size of the ship yet. Okay. Still only coal. Induced efficiency 100%. Does that mean I can go with a smaller funnel? No. This one does not fit. Now it fits 100%. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit cheaper. Okay. And it has this cool little thing here that probably can fit a secondary? I don't know. My forweight offset is like completely trash. Why don't you suddenly fit? Okay, there you fit. Okay. So that breaks the bank. But it saves me some weight. Let's just add everything on, as we do. Not everything, because some things I know are overpriced. You see here, the cost just keeps stacking up. That can be reduced. How much? I don't know yet. Standard ratio. Capped ballistic HE. Capped ballistic AP. Did I accidentally remove the gun? Yes, I did. Heavy shells. $73.5, $74.2. Enhanced reloading. That made my pitch worse. I want coincidence 4, hydro radio. And I want my guns to be 20% longer. Made my pitch worse. At 10,000 meters, I can pen 46.5 inches of belt armor, or 0.9 inches of deck armor. But as the range increases, my deck armor penetration goes up, but the belt armor penetration goes down. That's decent penetration. Let's now compare these guns to 14 triples, which will also be long. Okay, 10,000 meters, 46.5, 49.9. 0.8 deck armor at 10,000, 0.9 deck armor at 10,000. Reload time 84 seconds. Reload time 210 seconds. Cost 4.5 million. Weight almost 17,000 tons. 1,700 tons. Okay, so because these are Mark 1s, they are just worse. 10,000 meters accuracy is 3.2. No, it's 2%, 2.2%. Accuracy 4%. Alright, let's go with that one. Now, if I make them 14.9s, reload time 92 seconds, so still better than the 15s. And just better overall, but now they are too big and too expensive. So let's not make them 14.9s. Because that broke the bank. I might have to make them doubles. Or I keep them triples. Move everything back. Like so. There we go. That's a better and more modern design. Now let's reduce some stuff. You don't need that much range. You don't need that much beam. How far down can I go before the superstructure refuses to fit? Yeah, apparently overhang is okay. Let's put the secondary tower back on. There we go. So that has reduced my cost by a bit. Still need to shave off. Let's see my paper. 14 million. Where am I gonna find the money? By reducing the overall size of the ship. It tends to work. But how far down can I go before nothing fits? There, she did a size jump. But I'm still over budget. Let's do that again. It's a little bit finicky. Because the funnel has this tiny overhang, apparently. Forward offset is still bad. And I still need to find the money. That's as tiny as I can go. Can I now fit a smaller funnel? Yes, I can. Because the ship is now smaller. Can I now fit a tighter beam? No, that's too small. $55 million. Forward offset, not good. But I'm sure I can find a way to fix that. Now, let's shave off a couple of millions. Because this is quite pricey. Like communication, it's not really been added to the game in any meaningful way. So I'm just gonna remove that. What can I reduce here? Barbet 2. Anti-torp 2. Anti-flood 2. not a big change. There, we shaved up off some millions. Reload time 95 seconds. Reload time 84 seconds. I don't know, guys. That's like, I'm under budget, but I haven't played with the armor yet. No. Oh, here's what I can do. Yeah, of course. Of course! The armor. Give me 5 on the forebelt, 5 on the aft belt. Give me 3 on the main deck. Give me 1 on the fore and aft deck. Give me 2 on the superstructure. Okay, now we have some money to play with. I can even increase the size a little bit. Budget was 53.3. Let's make it jump to 51 and then play with the secondaries. There we go. As you see, the pitch and roll, they all go down when I play with that stuff. And pitch and roll, important things for accuracy. Let's play some more with the armor. I want the main belt to be 15 inches. Yeah, Citadel things. Fine. Top armor on the turrets. Go down to 5 inches. Side armor 18. Secondaries. I can fit some 8-inch guns. Reload time 26.5 seconds. If I make them long, I almost blew my budget. $38.2 seconds. Like, these secondaries are mainly going to be used against smaller ships. So let's go with 6-inch guns. You can be nice and long. Put you there, reducing the forweight offset a little bit. Okay, they do nothing for the weight offset, that's fine. Now, 2-inch. They do very little for the weight offset. Okay, that did something for the weight offset. Let's keep it like that. What else can I do? Underwater torpedoes. Nah. Not a fan of those. Like, this does reduce my foreweight offset, but it increases the pitch. No. No. Short barbette for small guns. Can it fit under here? Yes. I mean, it's kind of like a wonky design, but it's not too terrible, I think. Let's remove this for now. .7 forward offset. That's not bad. I am under budget. And because I am under budget, I can increase my main belt. Okay, I'm no longer under budget. Never mind. Let's just remove my forward offset. There we go. There we go. 53.237. Budget was 53.3. Where am I gonna find money to add more, like room to add more stuff? I can put these back. That ruined my weight offset. Yeah, nah. Never mind the 2-inch guns. You can keep the one back here. And these turrets are quite economical because they can fire like no matter where I'm facing. If I go for 7-inch triples, I make them long. What's the price of a turret then? 539,000. 350. Okay. Gonna break the bank. Never mind. Now my forward offset is bad again. It was like back here. There it is. Alright, pitch, not the greatest. Roll, actually very good. And no weight offset. That's the Emperor of India class. Alright, that's my new battleship. I hope you like it. Imagine how good it could have been if I was not on a budget. Emperor of India, build ship. Oh, yeah, the price of Vanguard has dropped down to 50 million again after the recent change to armor cost. So I designed it at a budget of 50 million. They changed some stuff around and they suddenly cost 54 million. Now they changed it kind of back again and it costs 50 million. So whatever. Let's build 4 of these. Maybe I will get to use them. The Rodneys coming in 10 months. That's it for this episode. Goodbye and take care.